Next is deferred annuity. So this is annuity where the first payment is made several periods after the beginning of the annuity. So we will draw a diagram here. Okay, so the M periods are the years na yung delay or yung deferred na years before you start the first payment. So the N periods are the periods na nagbabayad ka na. Okay? So this is a simply a combination of ordinary annuity and yung compound um, compound interest. So for the N periods, if we will find the present worth, so we will have yung A here. So say meron kang, this is where nag-start yung funds. This is A, and A. So under N periods, this is a ordinary annuity. So finding a P given A, I, and D, N periods, and pag meron ka ng value dito, i-move mo naman siya hanggang doon sa 0 of the M period. So this is simply multiplying the previous equation with, so this is A, so yung PA, IN, and i-move mo na naman siya for M period. So this is yung ordinary interest or yung compound interest na finding P given F, I for M period. So this is the equation niya. So P equals A multiplied by 1 minus 1 plus I to the negative n over I. So this is ordinary annuity, and this part here is the compound interest for M periods. So this is simply the future worth, and this is the formula for finding the present worth given the future worth of a compound interest. So combination lang siya. So kung hindi mo tandaan yung problem ay yung equation, you can always go back to the basics of ordinary annuity and compound interest. So let's have some examples. Okay, so on the day his grandson was born, a man deposited to a trust company a sufficient amount of money so that the boy could receive 5 annual payments of 10,000 pesos each for his college tuition fees starting with his 18th birthday. Interest rate of 12% per annum or per year was to be paid on all amounts on deposit. There was also a provision that the grandson could select to withdraw no annual payments and receive a single lump sum amount on his 25th birthday. So the grandson chose this option. So a man daw, so the grandfather here deposited a unknown amount of money, so that the moment his grandson was born, para at his 18th birthday, and 5 years from his 18th birthday, 5 years, so 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd birthday, meron siyang 5 annual payments of 10,000 pesos each year for his college fees. So there is also an option where the grandson will not withdraw the 10,000 for the 5 years during his college years, and instead receive the single lump amount on his 25th birthday. So sa 25th birthday na niya kukunin yun equivalent amount ng dineposit ng grandfather niya. So that is the option na pinili ng grandson. So the question here is, how much did the boy receive as the single payment? So ano yung amount na yon? And how much did the grandfather deposit? So first we will draw the diagram. So 0, 1. So since mahaba-haba siya, so shortcut na lang natin. This is 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So this is the timeline for the 25 years. So the grandson was born at the year 0. So this is where the grandfather will deposit an amount P. Okay, so yan yung magiging. So this is P, the deposit niya. So we will deposit amount P so that his grandson will receive 10,000 from his 18th to 22 years, which is 5 years. So this is 10K, 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 and 10K. So the grandson chose to receive the amount at his 25th birthday. So what is the amount here? That is F. Okay, now, so in finding F, so we'll use the deferred annuity, but pabaliktad siya. So papunta siya sa future amount. So for these 5 years, this is finding future amount multiplied by n, and then for the 3 years, mag-multiply ulit tayo ng 1 plus I to the power of mm periods. So multiply natin. So F is equals to A times I to the n times, so this is the future amount. So F yes, P I M. So the future amount will be 10,000 multiplied by 1 point, this is 12% per annum, 1.12, or 1 plus 0.12 to the power of 5 minus 1 over 0.12 multiplied by 1 plus 0.12 to the power of 3. So the amount na marireceive ng grandson on his 25th birthday will be 89,000 250 pesos. So, ito yung marireceive niya after 25 years nung P. So, next question is, ano yung P natin? So, in finding P, meron tayong dalawang option. So, you can use this equation again, but pabaliktad. So, parang deferred annuity na siya. So, from here, papuntang 17, gagamit tayo ng P given A, I times N, tas from 17 to P, so M equals 17, N equals 5. So this is, mag-multiply tayo ulit ng 1 plus I to the power of negative M. So i-multiply natin dito sa future amount, magiging future amount dito. So, or, we will simply move the F here for 25 years back to P. So, this is simply the compound interest na formula. So, finding present worth is equals to F multiplied by 1 plus I to the power of negative N. So, future worth is 89,250 multiplied by 1 plus 0.12% for 25 years. So, P or the amount na dineposit ng grandfather is 5,250 pesos only. So, yung 5,250 naging 89,250 after 5 years. So, that is how you compute interest involving deferred annuity or merong years na spacing or years na gap. So next is annuity due. So an annuity due is one where the payments are made at the beginning of each period. So this is the opposite of ordinary annuity. So ordinary annuity is the end of each period, but yung annuity due is at the beginning of each period. So the beginning of each period. So if you have a n periods here, so 0, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, n minus 1, n. So if you meron kang amount P or nag-loan ka ng amount P, so babayaran mo siya at that moment also. So at the starting of the year. So doon na mag-start yung payment mo. So A. So at the beginning of the year. So this here is 1 year. So ito yung beginning, ito yung end. So yung end ng first year is also the beginning nung second year. So ito yung beginning ng first year, beginning ng second year, beginning ng third year. So yan yung annuity due. Okay, so a man bought an equipment costing 60,000 pesos payable in 12 quarterly payments. So each installment payable at the beginning of each period. The rate of interest is 24% compounded quarterly. So what is the amount of each period or yung A natin? So P is 60,000 pesos or yung present worth. N is 12 periods and I is 24% compounded quarterly. So there are 4 quarters in a year. So magiging 6% na lang siya. So P is equals to, so yung formula natin, 1 plus I to the n minus 1 over I times 1 plus I to the n minus 1. Or, I'm going to denote it as 1 A I n minus 1. Okay, so P is 60,000 pesos. A 1 plus 0.06, 12 minus 1 minus 1 over 0.06, 1 plus 0.06, 12 minus 1. So 60,000 equals A. So if you were to simplify this, magiging 1 plus, so simplify natin this part ng equation, magiging 7.8868. So the equal amounts na ibabayad niya for 12 periods is so 6,751.53 pesos. So yan yung magiging installment payments niya for 12 periods. So last is perpetuity. So a perpetuity is an annuity in which the payments continue indefinitely. So parang walang katapusan yung annuity. So if this value here, yung negative n natin o yung n natin is magiging infinity. So any number raised to negative infinity or a 1, so this here is simply 1 minus 1 over 1 plus I to the power of n. So if n is approaches infinity, so 1 divided by a very large number is considered equal to 0. So mawawala yung part na to, so magiging a over I na lang yung equation. So that is the equation for perpetuity. Okay, so for example, what amount of money invested today at 15% interest can provide the following scholarships? So 30,000 at the end of each year for 6 years, 40,000 for the next 6 years, and 50,000 thereafter, or after 12 years, 50,000 na every year indefinitely. Okay, so we'll first draw our cash flow diagram. So first is at 0, nag-deposit ka ng amount P or yung amount of money invest mo today. So after 6 years, 1, 2 to 6 years, you will have 30,000 for 6 years, and then 40,000 for the next 12 years. So this is 7, 8 hanggang 12. So makareceive ka ng 40,000 for the next 12 years, and after 12 years, so that is 13, 14, so hanggang kailan, so that is infinite or indefinitely, makaka-receive ng 50,000 pesos. So that is indefinitely. So this problem is a combination of all the annuities. So for periods from 1 to 6 years, you can use here ordinary annuity. So this is ordinary annuity. So that is P1. And dito naman sa 7 to 12 years is deferred annuity. So this is deferred. So this is the N period and this is the M period. And ito naman is dito naman yung perpetuity. So after you find the amount here, so i-move mo na naman dito sa 0 year. Okay, so to find P, so that is P1 plus P2 plus P3. So P1 is an ordinary annuity. So meron tayong 30,000 multiplied by 1 minus 1 plus 0.15 negative 6 over 0.15 plus P2 here is deferred annuity. So 40,000 multiplied by 1 minus 1 plus 0.15 for 6 years. 15 times 1 plus, so yung part na to 0.15 for 6 years plus yung perpetuity natin, which is A over I. So this is 50,000 over I, which is 15%. So this equation is hanggang dito lang. So i-move natin siya dito. So mag-multiply tayo ng 1 plus 0.15 power of negative 12. So multiplied by 1 plus 0.15 to the power of negative 12. So if we simplify the equation, the amount is 241,277 pesos. So if you will invest an amount of 241,000 pesos today, you will receive this amount. So 30,000 each year for 6 years, 40,000 each year for the next 6 years, and 50,000 indefinitely. So pwedeng hanggang 20 years, 30 years, 50 years. So hanggang buhay ka pa na depositor or yung may-ari nung investment plan. Okay, so that is for perpetuity. Okay, so assessment question. Using a compound interest of 8%, find the equivalent uniform annual cost for a proposed machine that has a first cost of 100,000 pesos, an estimated salvage value of 20,000. So salvage value here is always at the, so if this is 8 years, so merong salvage value na 20,000. So salvage value is kumbaga inflow siya. So if this equipment is used na siya, wala na siyang silbi after 8 years, so ibebenta mo na lang siya, or yung magiging salvage value na is 20,000. So salvage value is positive siya na cash flow. So that is inflow na amount, and an estimated economic life of 8 years. So annual maintenance will amount to 2,000 a year, and a periodic overhaul costing 6,000 each will occur at the end of the second and fourth year. So, ano yung, with all these payments, so what is the equivalent annual payments? Yeah, so that is for the assessment question. So that ends our module 5, and thank you for listening. So I hope naintindihan ninyong mababa yung module, but I hope naintindihan ninyo. So that's all, and thank you.